What's up, people? Orseofkorse here, coming at you with another Paragon deck build. Today we're going to be looking at the new hero Shinbi. I haven't really got to play in a PvP match, so this is just what I'm coming up with so far. Expect a different deck build up maybe once I get some more experience with her, but for now this is what we're running with. We'll see. Hopefully this week isn't too crazy trying to get her in a match. You know how people want to Q dodge if they don't get her, so we'll see. I'm going to try to do a live stream today with her. Hopefully everybody is cooperative. So for right now though, let's go ahead and look at what I have. So we're going to start out with the Archmagus for this young lady here. 60 power, 100% damage bonus. What it looks like, she looks like she's a more caster, much more caster than fighter. She kind of reminds me of Countess. Like Countess can melee you, she can hit you, but her what makes her issue is her abilities, and I think this hero is very similar to that. Sitting at, I think it's 9 ability damage, so she's definitely a problem when it comes to that. For the consumables, I went health potion, hunter strength, mana potion, scout ward, and shaman strength. I usually equip the health potion, mana potion, scout ward early game, and then around level 7 or 8 I'll equip the hunter strength and the shaman strength, because then they start to heal for more than the health potion and mana potion. So that's it for that first part there, easy peasy. Now I have two throwaways in this deck, and then we'll get to the deck proper, and I'll try to put them in order of which I would actually build. So the first card that I go with is the Adamant Edge. This card gives you 6 power, 50 health, and then 12 power once you fully upgrade it. I like this card because it gives you a nice boost of damage early on, especially if you can upgrade it quickly, which is why I equipped it with 3 minor casts, giving me an extra 18 power. So if you can build this fairly quickly, that'll be a good way to really poke out your lane, get ahead with the last hits and all that good stuff. So I like building this card first. I build that over health or anything else really. Next card we have is the Fountain Spike. This card gives you a nice little boost of damage as well. So it gives you 6 power, 30 mana, another 6 power, and then another 30 mana. Now I like this card because she does use a bit of mana, so this card will help her with that, help maintain that mana pool there. I equipped this with 3 minor strikes. Now you might argue that you might want a little bit more mana in there, but for early game I think I'm pretty good. And she seems to scale okay with mana, but that's up to you. If you think you need to build more mana, go for it. I opted to go the damage route. So as we get to the deck proper, now keep in mind, build your ward whenever you find it necessary, because I'm going to keep my scout ward usually until late game. My ward is usually the last thing that I'll build, but if you feel like you need it sooner, if you feel like you need 2 wards out on the field, by all means build it whenever you need to, but normally I will build it last and keep my scout ward until that point. Now the first card that I usually go for is the Fountain Spike. This card is a 9-point card. I already went over that, and basically it's just an upgrade of my weaker one. Instead of having minor cast, it has just cast, so 12 power a piece. So it's like I upgrade my my baby Fountain Spike basically. So that's the first card that I build. I like it because it gives you damage and it gives you a little bit of mana. The second card that I go with is the Staff of Adamant, another 9-point card. This card gives you 6 power, 30 mana, and then 12 power once you fully upgrade it. Now as I said, as you play her, you might realize that she's more mana intensive than you would like, so you might want to build more mana. As I said, I opted to go with power, because like I say, if I haven't said it already, she seems like a lane assassin type character, so I want her to be able to hit very hard as she can. Plus her healing ability also plays off power, and we'll talk about that when I look at her movesets here. Now once you have those 2 cards, now you can start building how you want. What I would do, I would go with the next Fountain Spike here, and this one has 3 major casts. So once you get this card rolling, you'll be hitting very hard. The next card I would run with is the second Staff of Adamant, and this card right here, we already went over it, but the important part here, another 3 major casts, increasing that damage. Now, this is something that you can go with or you can opt out of. I went with the Magna Lens, and this card gives you 2 ability pin, 0.3 mana regen, and then 12 power. Now I might switch this out for the Crystal Conduit, because the Crystal Conduit gives you mana instead of the regen. I haven't decided yet, but right now we're going to try this out because it gives you the power instead of the mana. So, but right here I have 20 ability penetration. I was gonna go with the full 28 or 29 that I need, but I opted to just go with 20 so that she's piercing through a good portion of the ability armor in game. So this is up to you though. Some people don't build ability pure penetration at all. I do. I think it's worth it, but if you want to go pure damage, that makes sense to me. I mean, do however you feel, but I opt to go with the ability pin, cut through some of that armor. Now, the last card that I would build, as I said before, would be the Brawler's Ward. The 6 power, 30 mana, then another 6 power. And I equip this with a strike and 2 minor casts. So that's what I'm running right now for Shinbi. As I said, this might change, especially as I get to play her more, especially in PvP matches. We'll see what I need to do in order to be a threat on the field. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at her moveset and talk about that for a second. Alright people, so as we look over here we can see her abilities, so let's talk about those really quickly. So right here you have her melee, her basic. You don't have to worry about leveling this up, because of course it levels with her. As she gets stronger, her ability gets stronger. So melee basic attack, dealing 53 basic damage. I wouldn't focus too much on her melee basic, because I think most of her damage is going to be coming from her abilities. So just keep that in mind. I'm not going to tell you what you should do, but that's how I'm going to build her. Focus mainly on ability damage, not so much the melee. So right here she has the rushing beat. Shinbi dashes forward 640 unit, passing through enemies, dealing 55 ability damage, re-triggered within 3 seconds to dash a second time. Now I like this move because it gives her a tremendous amount of mobility. Now I don't think she's going to have quite the escapability as like Kalari or even Aurora, but I think she'll be up there because this ability allows her to really traverse the map, I think. So, and it deals a bit of ability damage as well. So I like this card. I like this move because it allows you to either get in and get to an enemy carry, or get to a weak enemy, or to disengage from a fight, or just, if you use it well, just to position yourself in a favorable spot for the battle. So it's such a good move because you can use it in so many different ways. So I like that. But the way that I think I'm going to use it the most is probably to get in and get at their enemy carry, I would imagine. Now, the next move we have here is the Lion Tempo. Shinbi summons a spirit wolf that runs 1500 units in a straight line, passes through minions, deals 42 ability damage, and explodes on contact with an enemy hero. Now, I like this move mainly because it allows you to farm and still poke out at the enemy team, because you don't really have any abilities that are gonna clear waves super quickly like that. So you might be depending on your melee a little bit just to conserve mana anyway. You do have the Circle of Rhythm, which you can use, but I'm not sure if I would use that fairly often unless I was just trying to get back health, but we'll talk about that in a second. But I like this because it allows you to really harass the enemy, whoever they are, while you farm safely, especially if you can freeze your lane up a little bit. Now, here's this next move. So Shinbi summons 4 spirit wolves that circle her for 4 seconds, dealing 30 ability damage per second. Each hit restores Shinbi's health for 20% of her power from cards, and can heal up to 4 times. Now, I like this. This, if you are going to use a move to wave clear, I think it would be this right here. It is mana heavy though. It's 100 mana, and it has a 16 seconds cooldown. So it's not like something that you're going to spam super often, but it will help you clear waves, and more importantly, it allows you to sustain. It gives you back health. And I think that's a big deal because, you know, you don't need any life steal or anything like that. She'll clear the waves on her own and get health back for doing so. Also, when you engage in, if you do have to engage an enemy 1v1, this will help you stay alive in that fight as well. So I like this. I think that's a very good move here. And here's her ultimate. So passive, all of Shinbi's ability apply +1 wolf stack per hit to enemy heroes, building up to 8 wolf stacks. Stacks last for 7 seconds and the duration resets when new stacks are applied. So the active, Shinbi summons a pack of spirit wolves to attack the closest target with the highest number of wolf stacks, sending 1 wolf for every stack. Each wolf deals 46.875 ability damage. Now, I like her ultimate, and this is why. I said she's like an assassin type character, and this is why I think so. With this rushing beat here, she can go ahead and get into the enemy, pop her abilities, and then more importantly, get out. Especially if you use this line tempo accurately and your aim is on point, you can really poke out at a carry, poke out at a tank, whoever you're trying to hit. And then from a distance, once you have your wolf stacks up there, you can just back up and send your wolves out at them to tear them apart, you know? So that's why I like her move here. It allows her to assassinate you from a distance, while like Countess, even though hers might be easier to hit, you know, like if you can't hit your abilities with her, with Shinbi, that might be a problem. But if you, once you get good at hitting your abilities, you can assassinate people from, you know, from back and from the backfield, basically. While like Countess, you have to be right in their face, right in the enemy territory. Now you can dash back, but people know exactly where you came from. They see your little silhouette. So with her, she has the ability to assassinate you from a safe distance, and I like that. So yeah, those are her movesets. So this is how I would build. I would go with the line tempo first. That's how I like to start it out. Go ahead and poke out at your enemy fairly early, harass them a little bit, allows you to farm up as well. I like having people, because I would play her left lane, and I like having left laners I can actually harass back. Then I would go with the rushing beat. Now granted, if you have an enemy team that is pushing you pretty well, you might want to go with the rushing beat first, just for safety. I think I would go with the line tempo just because I like the poke as well, just to give the enemy team you know, something to watch out for. Then I would go with the circle rhythm last. And now once you have your moves up there, I would always prioritize my my ultimate, and then I would prioritize my line tempo, and then I would probably go with the circular rhythm and the rushing beat last. I think once you have that, you're good. If you want to upgrade it though, by all means, but I would prioritize all kill, line tempo, circular rhythm, and then the rushing beat. So people, that's what I have for Shinbi so far. Let me know what you think of this video. It's longer than the ones that I usually do. Usually I don't go over the moveset and all that. Let me know what you think of Shinbi so far, because you'll probably get a little more gameplay in with her, especially if you're not especially if you have, you know, the day off and all that good stuff. So let me know what you think of her, because I'm curious to see what you guys think so far. I think she's going to be a pretty good hero. I'm more excited for her now that she's out than I was before, because I thought she was going to be a little but she seems to be pretty cool actually. I'm kind of liking her. So let me know what you think down in the comments. In any case people, if you like this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and make sure to share the video out. It helps me out a lot. As always people, I appreciate you watching the video. We will see you in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.